You are lying awake at night, your mind will not stop, your chest feels heavy. Everything is falling apart. Your job, your health, your relationships, your plans. You ask yourself, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? You bargain with Allah. Just make it go away and I promise I will change. I promise I will be better. But it does not go away. The hardship stays and you start to believe Allah has abandoned you. But what if the hardship is not punishment? What if it is the opposite? What if the hardship is Allah's way of saying, I love you too much to leave you as you are? In this video, we are going to completely reframe how you see your pain. You will understand that every hardship is a gift, a wrapped gift that hurts to open, but inside is something more valuable than anything you could have asked for. When everything is easy, you do not know who you are. You do not know your strength. You do not know your capacity. You do not know what you are capable of. A person can live their entire comfortable life and never discover their real potential. But hardship strips away the comfortable illusions. Hardship shows you the truth. The Prophet said the most beloved of people to Allah are those tested with patience. Not those with the easiest lives, not those with the most wealth, those who are tested. Why? Because hardship tests reveal who you really are. A student studies hard, they pass every test, they feel confident, they feel successful, but they have never failed. They have never faced real difficulty. They do not know if they can persist through failure. Then one day they fail. And something happens, they discover resilience they did not know they had. They discover that failure is not the end. They discover they can get back up and try again. That student has learned something comfort never taught them. A person has everything, money, health, family, status. They feel happy, but they have never faced loss. They have never faced the fear of losing what matters. Then one day, someone close to them gets sick. And they sit in a hospital waiting room and they feel helplessness. They feel their own powerlessness and they discover something new. They discover that they were relying on their things, not on Allah. They discover that when everything is taken away, they can still have faith. That discovery is worth more than all the comfort in the world. Hardship is the only teacher that teaches you who you really are. Comfort tells you who you pretend to be. Hardship tells you who you actually are. And when you discover who you really are, you can finally become who you are meant to be. You do not see the full picture. You only see your small piece. Imagine a mother preventing her young child from touching a hot stove. The child cries. The child thinks the mother is cruel. The child does not understand the mother is preventing pain. You are that child. Allah is that mother. And the hot stove is things you cannot see. The Prophet taught, perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you. Perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. Your limited vision cannot see what is beyond the immediate moment. You prayed for a job, the job did not come, you were heartbroken. But years later you discovered that job would have taken you away from your faith. That job would have required you to compromise your values. That job would have made you miserable. Allah's refusal was protection. His no was actually yes to something better. A woman prayed for a specific person to marry. They seemed perfect. She was certain, but Allah closed that door. She was devastated. She thought she would never be happy. But then she met someone different, someone who actually aligned with her values, someone who treated her with kindness she did not know was possible, someone who brought her closer to Allah. Now she understands. Allah's refusal was a shield. His rejection was a blessing. You cannot see what Allah sees. You cannot know what would have harmed you. A business deal falls through. You lose money. You feel devastated. But later you find out that business partner was dishonest. The deal would have led to financial ruin. Your loss was your protection. This is happening constantly in your life. Allah is constantly protecting you from things you cannot see. Every closed door is protecting you from something behind it. Every delayed answer is protecting you from something premature. The hardship you are experiencing right now might be protection from a much bigger harm. You just cannot see it yet. But one day you will understand and you will be grateful for every moment of that hardship. When everything is easy, people forget Allah. They become arrogant. They think they did it themselves. A wealthy person sometimes forgets that wealth is a gift. They think they earned it by their own intelligence. A healthy person sometimes forgets that health is a gift. They think they achieved it by their own discipline. A person in power sometimes forgets that power is a gift. They think they deserve it by their own merit. And then they stop needing Allah. They stop praying with presence. They stop calling out to Him. But hardship brings them back. Hardship reminds them they are not in control. Hardship forces them to their knees. And in that position, they remember Allah. The Prophet said, the best of us are those tested with hardship, because hardship keeps you connected to your Creator. Hardship keeps you humble. Hardship keeps you calling out. Think about your prayers during easy times. How are they? Rushed, distracted, half present? Now think about your prayers during hardship. How are they? Sincere, desperate, full of presence? During hardship, your du'as are different. Your words have weight. Your heart is awake. You are not just reciting words, you are pouring out your soul. You are calling from the depths of your being. This is the prayer Allah loves. This is the connection Allah values. A mother holds her child close only when the child is sick or scared. When the child is healthy and happy, they run away and play. The child thinks the mother does not love them when they are healthy. But the truth is, the mother loves them always. The closeness during sickness is not because the mother loves them more then. It is because the child needs it then. Allah allows hardship so you can have that closeness, so you can have that presence with Him. Without hardship, you would drift away. You would become distant. You would forget. But with hardship, you are forced to reach out, forced to depend, forced to remember. And in that remembering, you find the deepest connection of your life. You are going through something difficult and you want it to end. But what if the goal is not to end the hardship? What if the goal is to transform you through it? The Prophet said, with hardship comes ease. Notice he did not say after hardship comes ease. He said with hardship. Ease is right there inside the hardship itself. You are not being prepared for a future without difficulty. You are being prepared for a beautiful life despite difficulty. A sculpture starts as a rough block of stone. The sculptor begins to carve. He hits it. He chips away pieces. If the stone could speak, it would cry out, "Stop! This hurts! Leave me alone!" But the sculptor knows something the stone does not. Each blow is creating something beautiful. Each chip is removing what is not needed. Each pain is revealing the masterpiece within. You are that stone. Allah is the sculptor, and the hardship is the tool creating your masterpiece. You cannot see the final form yet. You only feel the blows. But trust the process. A seed is planted in the ground. The seed thinks it is being buried. It thinks it is dying. But underground, in the darkness, it is transforming. Its shell is breaking. Its roots are growing. The seed must experience this darkness to become a tree. You are that seed. The hardship is the darkness. And in this darkness, you are being transformed. You are developing patience you never had. You are developing compassion for others who suffer. You are developing humility. You are developing faith. You are developing character. These are not things comfort teaches. These are things only hardship can teach. Years from now, you will look back at this difficult time and you will see how it shaped you. You will see how it made you stronger, how it made you wiser, how it made you better. And you will be grateful, not because the hardship was pleasant, but because of who it made you become. When you cry, you think it is a sign of weakness, but tears are actually a sign of depth. Only people with deep hearts cry. Only people who feel deeply shed tears. The Prophet cried. The companions cried. The prophets before them cried. When the Prophet learned about the difficulty his ummah would face, he cried. When Ayub faced illness, he cried. When Jacob lost his son, he cried. These were not weak people. These were the strongest people, and they cried because strength is not the absence of emotion. Strength is the presence of faith alongside emotion. You can cry and still trust. You can hurt and still believe. You can despair and still hope. Your tears are not wasted. Every tear you shed is seen by Allah. The Prophet said, Allah loves to see the tears of a person in pain. Your tears show Allah that you feel deeply, that you care, that you are human. And in those tears, there is a seed being planted, a seed of transformation. You cry because you are breaking. And in breaking, you are becoming. You are shedding the hardened shell. You are becoming softer, more compassionate, more understanding of others' pain. You are developing empathy that cannot be taught in comfort. One day, someone will come to you in pain. And because you have cried, you will understand. Because you have suffered, you will have compassion. Because you have hurt, you will know how to help. And your tears will have watered the seed that becomes your ability to help others. Your hardship is not just about you, it is preparation for how you will serve others. Every pain you experience is a gift you will eventually give to someone else. You are looking for relief in the future. You are waiting for the day when the hardship ends. But Allah is telling you something different. He is telling you relief is here now. The relief is not the removal of the hardship. The relief is the presence of Allah within the hardship. You are stressed because you are looking at the hardship alone, but Allah is in the hardship with you. The relief is in knowing you are not alone. The relief is in trusting you are being protected. The relief is in understanding that this difficulty has a purpose. The Quran says, indeed, the relief has come with the hardship. Ease has come with difficulty, not after, but with. Right now, in this moment of pain, relief exists. You just have to shift your vision to see it. You have to look with the eyes of faith. A person is sick, they are in pain, but they are grateful. Why? Because they understand their sickness is mercy. Their sickness is bringing them closer to Allah. Their sickness is cleansing their sins. Their sickness is teaching them patience. In the midst of pain, they find relief. Another person is experiencing loss. Someone they love is taken. Their heart is broken, but they trust Allah's wisdom. They know there is a reason. They know this loss is a gift. And in the midst of grief, they find peace. Not the absence of pain, but peace alongside the pain. This is the relief Allah is talking about. It is not the removal of difficulty, it is the transformation of your relationship to difficulty. When you stop running from hardship and start accepting it, everything changes. When you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is Allah trying to teach me? Everything changes. The relief is in that shift. The relief is in that acceptance. You cannot imagine this right now. You cannot imagine being grateful for this pain. But one day you will be. One day you will look back and smile. The Prophet said, the best of days are often the darkest days while we are living them. A person graduates from university through struggle. They worked hard, they sacrificed, they almost gave up. Years later, they look back at their university days. Those were the best days of their life. Not because the university was easy, but because of what they learned, who they became, what they accomplished. A couple goes through a financial crisis. They are stressed. They cannot afford basic things. It is a nightmare. Years later, they look back at those years. Those were the years their love deepened. Those were the years they learned to depend on each other. Those were the years they discovered what really mattered. A person faces a health crisis. They think their life is ending, but they survive, they heal. Years later, they have a new appreciation for life. They do not take a single breath for granted. They are happier than before, not because they forgot the difficulty, but because the difficulty taught them to appreciate. You are in that moment right now. You cannot see the gift yet, but the gift is being prepared. One day your child will ask you, what was the hardest time in your life? And you will tell them about this moment. And they will ask, how did you get through it? And you will tell them, by trusting Allah, by accepting that I did not have to understand everything, by knowing that my Lord was orchestrating something beautiful even when I could not see it. And your child will learn from your story. Your child will become stronger because of your example. Your hardship is not just transforming you, it is transforming everyone who learns from you. You are exhausted from fighting. You have been fighting this hardship since it began. You fight it by worrying. You fight it by planning. You fight it by trying to control it. But fighting only makes it harder. Fighting only increases the pain. The Prophet taught, do your best. Tie your camel, then accept what comes. Acceptance is not giving up. Acceptance is intelligent surrender. You have done what you can. You have made dua. You have taken action. Now acceptance says, I have done my part. I accept that the outcome is with Allah. If it goes well, alhamdulillah. If it goes differently, alhamdulillah. This acceptance brings peace, not because the situation changes, but because your relationship to it changes. A person with a chronic illness can spend years fighting it, angry, depressed, exhausted. Or they can accept it, not give up on treatment, but accept that this is their reality now. And in that acceptance, they find peace. They find ways to live beautifully despite illness. They find purpose. They find meaning. They find joy in small things. The illness does not disappear, but their experience of life is transformed. This is what acceptance does. It does not change your circumstances. It changes you. And when you change, everything changes. The Quran reminds us, indeed with hardship will be ease. Indeed with hardship will be ease. Allah repeats this twice. Why? To convince your heart, to anchor your soul. You need to hear it twice. You need to understand it deeply. Hardship is temporary. Ease is coming. But even in the hardship, ease is present. You have been carrying this weight alone for too long. It is time to put it down, not by making the hardship disappear, but by handing it to Allah. Say, Ya Allah, I surrender this. I do not understand why this is happening. I cannot see the wisdom, but I trust you. I trust that you see what I cannot. I trust that you love me more than I love myself. I trust that your plan is better than mine. In that surrender, peace comes. In that acceptance, relief comes. Your hardship is not punishment. It is a gift that hurts, but a gift nonetheless. Open it, accept it, let it transform you, and one day you will be grateful. Oh Allah, grant us the wisdom to see the gifts within our hardships. Give us the strength to endure. Give us the faith to trust. Help us accept what we cannot change. Help us understand what we cannot see. Transform our pain into purpose. Transform our tears into growth. Make our hardships a means of drawing closer to you. Make our struggles a means of becoming better, and grant us the peace that comes from complete trust in you. Ameen. Today, sit with your hardship. Do not run from it. Ask yourself, what is Allah trying to teach me? What am I becoming through this? Do not ask, when will this end? Instead, ask, what gift is hidden in this pain? Write down one thing this hardship has taught you. One way it has changed you. Because you are being transformed. And one day you will understand why. One day you will be grateful, not for the pain, but for who you became because of it. Trust that day is coming. Trust that Allah is orchestrating something beautiful. And until that day comes, accept. Accept and find peace. Because ease is right there with the hardship. You just have to look with eyes of faith to see it.